Hey, everybody. How is everybody doing on this beautiful, and it is very beautiful here today in Palm Beach, Thursday. Just popping in a couple minutes early to give people a chance to join the live before we begin. As you are watching this, please comment, again, where you're from, what industry you're in, and if you're watching the replay, hit hashtag replay so I can make sure to know that you are here. So how's everything going for you? Is everybody enjoying the exercises and doing your homework? We just have like another, half a minute or so before we will begin right at 2 o'clock. So again, as you're coming in, let me know that you're here because I can't see who is joining and so forth. So kind of awkward. I know I can see that there's people there. I just don't know who you are yet. Okay, we are right at 2 o'clock. So how did your homework go last night? Did everybody journal about your day and the 5 things that you're grateful for? And then how about your making connections? Did you reach out to at least 3 people and use the format to really connect with them? Kind of let me know how that's going. So Monday we talked about the benefits of building a referral-based business. Tuesday, we talked about understanding who we know that can connect us to our ideal clients. Yesterday, we discussed journaling, making calls to our database. And then today, we are going to discuss how to reach out to the people that we were referred to. But before we do, did anybody feel anxiety about reaching out to the people that you know? Maybe you haven't spoke to them for a while and you were feeling kind of awkward. I know that sometimes that I have that, and my good friend Roger Savvy actually gave me this script that I think works really well in those situations. And so it goes a little bit like this. Hey Mary, it's Tammy Ebright here, and it's really nice to hear your voice again, and I could really kick myself for not speaking to you more often. I intend to change that. How are you? This is the simplest way to really deal with the pink elephant in the room and in your brain that's holding you back from speaking to people that you know and who know you and trust you. And what I find is that people are usually pretty excited to hear from us when we do reach out, but I know we can get some little mind trash going on where we feel insecure or uncomfortable because we haven't kept in touch with people maybe as good as we initially planned. But understand that life happens for everybody, and believe it or not, they probably aren't thinking about you and thinking, gosh, that Tammy, I cannot believe that she has not contacted me. Because let me tell you, phones actually work 2 ways. So if they needed to talk to you, they probably could have reached out themselves. So I think that that's an important thing to really realize is most of the time people are going to be really excited to hear from you. So picking up the phone and reaching out is a lot easier. Just do it. As Nike says, just do it. Okay, so you've talked to your people, and what I want you to do now is first take a few minutes to write them a note thanking them for their time and their generosity yesterday. It's an honor to work by referral, and appreciating your network is a really great way to do life. So making sure that you are just taking a few moments to thank them for their time will pay dividends in the future. Next, you've done your research and identified the people that they referred you that you think could be a good fit. So I want you to start by, hi Liz, thanks for being here. I want you to start by taking action in what you're going to do. So this is a soft reach out because you want to warm the people up that you're going to be connecting with. So unless the person that referred them was like, yes, they are definitely looking for your services like right now, then you want to start it a little softer, and you're reaching out to where you send them a note first. And so the note might sound a little bit like this. Hey Mary, just wanted to drop you a quick note and introduce myself. Our mutual friend Sandy had shared great things about you with me, and she thought that we might be a good connection to work together. And I would just love an opportunity to have a quick chat with you sometime soon. And then just sign it best wishes and your name, and then you write your telephone number inside the card. And the reason that you do this, like you could put your business card in there, but when you write your phone number in the card, a lot of people keep handwritten notes, so they will always have your telephone number. If you always write your name and your phone, obviously you're going to write your name, but your phone number inside the card. So then you've done that, you've sent it, and a few days later, you're going to reach out to them by phone. If you happen to receive their voicemail, then you want to leave a message that might sound a little bit like this. Hi, this is Tammy Ebright from Unleash Your Amazing, and I really hope that you got the note card I sent a few days ago. I've heard a little bit about you, and based on what I've heard, I think it's possible that it would be a great fit for us to do business together. I'd really like an opportunity to meet with you for just a few minutes. And if you might feel the same way, I'll give you a call back, just a follow-up in a couple days, and I look forward to speaking with you. And obviously, if they pick up the phone, then you can begin and kind of use the same format, but also your goal is to just try to set a future appointment with them. A lot of times when you reach people, and if they're working by their schedule and time blocking, they may not have a ton of time to chat with you right then. So scheduling an appointment in the future is a great way to honor their time and, and set that appointment. So once you set a time with them, either in person or via Zoom, you want to confirm 24 hours in advance that you'll be there, and just let them know, hey, I only want to take 15 to 20 minutes of your time. And so that way they don't think that it's going to end up being, an hour or 2 hour conversation. Most people can spare 15 to 20 minutes to hear what you have to say. And that'll put them at ease, just knowing that you're not going to be planning to stay with them forever. And they can always ask you either to stay longer or to visit with them again in the future. So when you get there for your appointment, be early, 10 to 15 minutes early. So this is if you're showing up in person, meeting in person. Now, if you're meeting via Zoom and you've set the Zoom up, it's also a good idea to start the Zoom call like 5 or 10 minutes early, at least 5 minutes early. That way, if they happen to pop in early, you're prepared. But just free up your mind during this time. Maybe write in your journal, set intentions for the call, and remember, what you're going to do on this call is bonding and rapport. You're going to learn about them and Remember, this is not a sales call. You're not trying to sell them right away. At first, you want to see if they are a fit to work with you, because not everybody is meant to be your client. And I think I touched on this a little bit the other day, your client or your referral partner. And there's this thing, it's called the 4 SWs. So some will, some won't, so what, someone's waiting. And if you can come from a mindset of abundance and know that this is just, I'm getting to know them and I'm wanting to understand if we would be a fit to work together, and don't have any expectations to where if you, one, if you come across as needy, then that's going to be a turnoff. But two, if you come in with some expectations that aren't met, then you could be frustrated with yourself afterwards, and that's not a way to do life either. So just think of this as an experience in getting to know another human being, and be very easy with yourself and make it all about them. Ask them some questions, and be prepared when they ask you questions with kind of a brief summary of maybe a success story of somebody that you've helped. Do not spend a lot of time selling yourself. Instead, let them know that you're there because you want to know about them. And this is going to be easier for some behavioral styles than others, because some styles do tend to have an easier time talking about themselves. So what I also want you to understand is, if you get yourself caught up and you find yourself that you're talking too much, take a deep breath and flip the script back onto them. And then again, be honest. Do you want to work with them? Do your philosophies align? Would they make a good fit as a referral partner for you? Could you refer them in other situations and get behind them and really be their advocate and connect them? Or do you have any worries about the relationship? And then explore that, not necessarily during, but I just want that to be in the back of your mind. And then ask them, is it okay if while you guys talk, if you take notes? And I find that helps with any sales call jitters, is if you kind of have a laid out plan of what you're going to ask them. And don't be all like, okay, now, what is your name? Where do you work? Okay, none of that. Okay. This should flow, so you don't have to go in order of your questions, but here's some good questions to ask. What is your biggest challenge? And we talked about that yesterday, but this is a huge bonding and rapport building question. What's your biggest challenge? Who is your ideal client, and why? Why is that your ideal client? Really get to know them. Who is your competition and why? And again, these are just some examples of some questions to ask. Questions that are more of a flow for you is really what you want to do in this circumstance. What are your top priorities with working with clients? What kind of changes or growth do you see in your business? And what do you want to see long-term as a goal for you? Is there any clients out there that you do not want to work with? So I think that Dennis has said on here that making sure that people know what is not a good referral. So understanding what is not a good referral for them is also equally important. And I have a strategic partner information sheet of the top 5 questions that I like to ask people. So biggest challenge being one, what do you love about your career? with your current referral partner. So let's say you're a mortgage person and you're going to meet with a top realtor. Well, they probably already have a mortgage person. So finding out what they like about that person is important, but also then flip it around and say, what could you change about that relationship? Now, you don't want to get into ever putting down a person or talking trash about people. That's pretty much a turnoff. So making sure that you phrase your questions in a way that comes across as kind and compassionate, and just in your own words, though, for sure. And what kind of, and I said that already, what kind of growth? And then, again, don't feel like you have to go through the questions on your sheet, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you don't even have to ask all of the questions. This is really a way to help you to feel more comfortable. And this is a discussion, not a sales pitch. So look for signs that they need your help or they could be a good partner. And make sure that you're also asking follow-up questions. So if they start answering your questions and it can lead you down a road of discovery in a positive way, make sure that you go down that road and not try to flip it back like, oh no, I don't want to talk about that right now. Let me ask you my next question. This is going to be a discussion, not necessarily an interview. But the writing it down will really help you to feel more at ease as you're going through. And it'll help you remember what's going on, in the future. And let's say that they ask you about doing business with you, but they've just given you a lot of information and you really need some time to really process and either, number one, figure out if they're a good fit, but maybe some time to process would give you an opportunity to give them the best information. Don't be afraid to tell them that they've given you a lot of information to think about, and then get back with them with a customized plan that would describe how you guys could best work together. Go with your instincts and believe in yourself. So you finish the appointment and you're all done. You're feeling pretty good. They seem like a really good fit for you and your business. Now, the magic of all of this is the follow-up. And make sure that you review your notes. And what is there something about them that really, that you admired? So you follow up with what's called a power note. So you use a blue ink because it's more positive. You write upwards to the right and compliment them on that quality that you admired. Write your phone number by your name and then include a PS. The PS is with a call to action. So it might be, give me a call whenever you receive this. And then don't use I, me, or my. Make it about them. And then finally, text them right after your appointment or call their office and leave a message thanking them for their time. Always thank people for their time and be generous with your compliments, but always in a sincere way, not in a fake or not in a fake way. I don't think that there's any or of that. Just don't be fake. Be real. Be generous. Be connecting at all times. So that is what I have for today. And so sometimes when I'm getting ready to get off of here, I end up having some questions. So I'm going to set my timer for a couple minutes. It is a little awkward to sit here just waiting to see if there's any questions. So sometimes I get off and then there's been questions. So hi Frida, hi Kristen, hi Dave, hi Liz. Thank you guys all for telling me you're here and commenting. Does anybody have any questions? And it doesn't even have to be over what I covered today. Does anybody have any questions over anything that I've taught so far that you would like for me to answer live and in via social media. Not quite live and in person at this time. Hopefully everybody is enjoying this session, and the feedback that I've gotten so far has been really positive. So I really appreciate everybody that has been sending me their homework and just sharing and asking questions. I'm really enjoying helping you guys learn this. I know that it's been huge in my business, so I love sharing it. Thank you, Dennis. Thanks for letting me know that you're here. Thank you. Appreciate you. And I appreciate all the feedback that you've given as well. It's helped to share with me the things that I need to make sure that I'm talking about as well. So we have about 30 seconds. Any other questions, words of wisdom, things that you like to do? Something that you're grateful for today? Hey, Tommy, thanks for being here. Tommy is a rock star. Kristen says, I'm loving this challenge. It's making me more aware of the connections I'm making, but improving on how I do it. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I love to help people grow, and knowing how it's helping you definitely helps me to tweak my own presentation. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. I look forward to one more day of the challenge tomorrow, and I will see you then. Have an amazing day.